In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front brake caliper on your Kia Optima. Located behind the front wheels, let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, go ahead and remove the lug nuts. Remove the wheel. Moving to the back of the caliper, we're gonna go ahead and remove the two bolts that holds the bracket in place. Using a 17mm socket, we're gonna go ahead and take the bolts out. Crack them loose. And we're gonna be doing the same to the top one. Once you have it loose, go ahead and remove them. Next up, we're going to be removing the line that goes to the caliper. And for that, we're going to be using a 12mm socket to remove the banjo bolt. Go ahead and do that. One thing to keep in mind, make sure you have a container underneath this because soap fluid will come out. Remove the banjo bolt. When you remove the line, you want to make sure that you have two crush washers. One's going to be on one side of the line and the other one is going to be on the bolt. So just keep an eye out for that because when we install these, we're going to be replacing them. A quick tech tip, if you don't want this line to leak all over the place, you can use a valve stem. If you happen to have one laying around, just go ahead and shove it in. And that's gonna stop the line from leaking. Move the line out of the way. Go ahead and grab onto the caliper assembly and slide it out. Moving over to the bench, we're gonna go ahead and take the brake pads out of the caliper. Using a 14mm socket, go ahead and take these two bolts off. Go ahead and grab onto the caliper and separate it from the bracket. Now it'll be the time to inspect your pads, make sure that they look good. In this case, these ones look really good, so we're gonna be reusing them. Slide them out. And now we're gonna move on to the new one. Here we have the new caliper. Using a 14mm socket, we're gonna go ahead and take the two bolts off. Separate the caliper from the bracket. And another thing to keep in mind, we're going to go ahead and remove the banjo bolt that comes pre-installed onto the caliper. Just go ahead and move that to the side. You're going to notice there's going to be two crush washers. Move that to the side. We're going to be using those later. Here we have the new bracket, and one thing we need to make sure is that the pins are lubricated. In this case, they look good. So we're going to go ahead and slide it in. Make sure that it moves freely, that there's no binding, and do the same on this one. If you notice that there's no grease on the pin, just go ahead and add some. In this case, this looks good. Make sure it moves freely. Now that we know those are good, we're gonna go ahead and install the Tims. For that, we're gonna be using some silicone paste onto the areas where the Tims contact the bracket. We just need a little bit, do not use that much. We don't want this getting on the rotor. Just like that. Go ahead and install the Tims. Make sure they're nicely bottomed out and secure. You're gonna repeat that process on the other side. Next up, we're gonna install the pads. We're gonna pay attention to the pad that has the squealer. That's gonna go to the back of the bracket. And to know which is the front or back of the bracket, you're gonna notice the mounting points. That's gonna be the back of it. So go ahead and slide it in. And now we're gonna do the same with the front one. It should look something like this. Now that we have the bracket ready, we're gonna go ahead and install the caliper. Slide it in. Line it up with the pins. Go ahead and install the bolts. For now, we're just gonna get them snug. Once we have everything onto the vehicle, we will be torquing it. Now we can take the assembly and bring it to the vehicle. Go ahead and slide the new caliper assembly in. Line it up with the pads. Go ahead and start the bolts by hand. Do the same on the top bolt. Now we can go ahead and snug everything up. Now we can go ahead and torque those to 72 foot-pounds. Do the same on the top bolt. Now we can torque down the caliper pin bolts to 23 foot-pounds. Do the same on the top one. Now we're ready to install the hose onto the caliper. The first thing we need to do is remove the valve stem that we previously installed. Pull it out. We're gonna go ahead and install both of the crush washers and the banjo bolt. Slide it in. One crush washer should be on one side, and the other crush washer should be on the other. It should look something like this. Go ahead and install the hose by hand. Make sure you line it up with the pin. Bottom it out. Now we can torque it to 22 foot-pounds. Now we can go ahead and use some brake parts cleaner, spray the area, and clean off any excess fluid that is on the caliper. Grab a rag and wipe everything down. Next up, we're gonna be opening the bleeder because we want the caliper to gravity bleed. Use a small screwdriver. We're gonna be removing the little bleeder cap. So go ahead and take it off. Now that we have the cap off, we're gonna use an 11mm wrench and crack open the bleeder. And what we're looking for is just a steady stream of fluid. So just go ahead and leave it for a minute. This is what we're looking for, so now we can go ahead and close the bleeder. Do not over tighten this. This just needs to be snug. Go ahead and use some brake parts cleaner. Spray the area. Wipe off any excess fluid. Reinstall the cap. Go ahead and get a feel for the pedal. If you feel spongy, you will need to perform a brake bleeding procedure. Using some brake parts cleaner, we're gonna go ahead and clean the master cylinder before we open the cab. Sometimes there's a lot of debris around this area. Go ahead and spray some. Wipe off any debris around the cab. You do not want any debris getting in there. Go ahead and open the cab. If you read the cab, you're gonna see that it says DOT3 or DOT4. In this case, we're gonna be using some DOT3. Now we can go ahead and refill the system with brand new fluid. Now reinstall the cab. Make sure that it is snugged. Install the wheel. And start the lug nuts by hand. Go ahead and get them snug. With the vehicle on the ground, we're gonna go ahead and torque the wheels to 80 foot-pounds on a star pattern. The first thing we need to do is locate the master cylinder. In this case, it's behind the engine filter. Using some brake parts cleaner, we're gonna go ahead and clean the master cylinder before we open the cab. Sometimes there's a lot of debris around this area. Go ahead and spray some. Wipe off any debris around the cab. You do not want any debris getting in there. Go ahead and open the cab. If you read the cab, you're gonna see that it says DOT3 or DOT4. In this case, we're gonna be using some DOT3. Next, we're gonna go ahead and use a vacuum pump, and we're gonna evac as much fluid as we can. Now we can go ahead and refill the system with brand new fluid. Now reinstall the cab. Make sure that it is snugged. The procedure for this vehicle goes this way. First we do the right rear. After that we move on to the front left, followed by the rear left, and lastly, the front right. After we've done the left front, we're gonna go ahead and refill the master as needed. Moving to the right rear of the vehicle, we're gonna go ahead and bleed the caliper. Using a brake bottle, I'm gonna go ahead and attach it. If your caliper has a cap on the bleeder, you go ahead and remove it now. In this case, I'm using a small flathead screwdriver just to pop it off. Using a 10mm wrench, you're gonna go ahead and put it on, connect your hose. We're gonna have someone in the vehicle pump the brakes for us after we open the bleeder. While they hold on the brake, we're gonna go ahead and open it. What we're looking for is a steady stream of fluid and no air bubbles. Go ahead again. One more time. This looks good, so we can go ahead and close the valve, remove the hose, remove your wrench, reinstall the bleeder cap. Using some brake parts cleaner, we're gonna spray the area just to get rid of any of the fluid. Go ahead and wipe off any excess fluid. And now we can move on to the left front of the vehicle. We're gonna repeat the same process on the front of the vehicle. Use a small flathead screwdriver. Take off the cover. Using a 10mm wrench, you're gonna go ahead and slide it in. Install your hose for the brake bleeder. We're gonna have someone in the vehicle go ahead and pump the brakes. And when they hold, you're gonna go ahead and crack open the valve. Close it. We're gonna repeat that process a couple times. And just remember, what we're looking for is no air in the system. One more time. This looks good, so we're gonna go ahead and close the valve. Remove the hose. Remove your wrench. We're gonna go ahead and use some brake parts cleaner and just clean off the area. Wipe off any excess. And reinstall the cover. Now we can go ahead and refill the system with brand new fluid. Now reinstall the cap. Make sure that it is snugged. Now that I've shown you how to do the brake bleeding procedure on the right rear and the left front, you're gonna go ahead and repeat the process for the left rear and the right front. After that, you wanna make sure you fill in the master cylinder as needed. And now go ahead and torque the wheels to 79.6 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.